Hello Farm and Forest friends. I'm so happy to be joining you again this week. This week I want to talk to you about a different type of habitat. Last week we talked about the forest habitat. As you can see, it's sort of all around our meadow habitat. And that's pretty often you'll find a meadow next to a forest or kind of near it in some aspect. So the meadow, you won't find tall towering trees like you do in the forest. You'll find a lot of grasses, woody plants, herbs, and flowers. Like in the Butler meadow, you see we've got lots of flowers all over the place. And in the meadow, you'll find some different types of animals too. So you'll find many insects, right? The meadow is a wonderful place to find insects. You'll find bees, butterflies, we just saw a dragonfly a moment ago, crickets, grasshoppers, all kinds of things, all kinds of insects. You'll find small mammals like moles, rabbits, mice, and the rabbits, they help to sort of maintain the meadow. They graze a lot, so they'll kind of go through and munch on all the meadow grasses, and they'll kind of keep it maintained and allow for new growth to come in. You'll find snakes, and they're hunting those mice and those moles. You'll find songbirds, and a lot of times when you walk through a meadow, you see those perched all along the tall towering flowers or anything that's got a seed for the birds to eat. And then oftentimes when you're hiking or walking along in a meadow, you'll find predatory birds flying up overhead. They're hunting things like those snakes, mice, and even some of those smaller birds. So if you're lucky, you might catch a predatory bird flying around. It's good to bring your binoculars with you when you're walking around in a meadow. Now, a meadow habitat provides shelter for these animals, a really important shelter. Meadow habitats, as you can see, get a lot of full sun, right? These beautiful flowers need a lot of that sun, but those animals need that really good protection. So this dense vegetation in here provides that for them. And not only does it provide a summer habitat, but it provides habitat in the winter. When a lot of this is a little bit shorter and tamped down and there's not as many leaves on the trees, they can come in here and kind of burrow in and be safe. It provides gathering supplies for nesting and for food, right? So those little mice that we talked about, they can kind of scurry into the greens, collect what they need, and go off on their way. It provides a habitat for breeding animals as well. Now, when you come out to your meadow, you can kind of look around, observe, and listen. I always say that too, because there's many things that you can hear around a habitat or in a habitat that tell you what's in it. Right now I hear a cicada and a blue jay, and I see a tiger swallowtail butterfly. But something really fun that you can do in a meadow and to take advantage of that diverse population of insects is sweep netting. And this is another really fun activity you can do with young children. So you just want to get a net that has sort of a deep net. This one's a little bit shallow and with really small holes, right? Because whatever you find, you don't want to jump through the hole immediately. So something a little bit larger than this one, but you're going to take it along just the edge of the grassy part of the meadow and just sweep. You can go back and forth, you can go one direction, and then you can take your net and sort of shake out whatever you find. Like here we've got a little leaf hopper, if you can see that, or a little tree hopper, I think they're called. But when you dump it out onto the white paper, you can really see what you've caught inside. Now everything goes back, so when I say catch, it's just to observe. Try to remind your young children of that, because this is their habitat, right? They have to go back to it. I see some little ants. Let's go a little bit deeper in. Sometimes with a deeper net, you can catch more things. But a lot of times you'll find crickets and grasshoppers, which are a really fun find anyways. So, as you venture out and find a meadow, enjoy your sweep netting, and also pay really close attention to the plants that you find in the meadow. A lot of meadows contain native plants, which help to support our native population of butterflies and our very important bees. Have fun!